4:30 a.m. and I've been driving for about an hour already this morning. Just got to my destination and now I've got to go for a short hike up to the viewpoint for my sunrise shoot. I'm hoping for some fog down in the valley this morning, but I'm here nice and early, so if that doesn't show, I'll have enough time to make a plan B or a plan C even. So let's get started hiking, see how we go. As I approached my location this morning, my confidence in foggy conditions became less and less. There were a few telltale signs that just weren't present, but I decided to trust the forecast and continue on. Just been up to the top of the viewpoint, and unfortunately, as I was suspecting pretty much from the moment that I stepped outside this morning, there is no fog. Despite what the forecast says, no fog this morning. So I'm going to make my way back down the hill and jump in the car, and I've got to drive probably another 45 minutes to an hour to my next spot. The plus side is I can see that there is a fair amount of cloud around, so I could get a nice sunrise instead. If anything, this was a lesson to trust my intuition over the weather forecast sometimes. I have been doing this for 7 years now, and this morning didn't seem quite right for the conditions that I want. However, I decided to persist. Well, things are not going great from a photography point of view this morning. I decided to abandon plan B and I'm now on plan C. The reason being, I just think the location that I was heading to will be better for a sunset shoot, and I want to save it for the best light instead of potentially ruining the location for myself and shooting it when it's not looking its best. So I'm now up on Mount Dale, and my plan is to hike around the back of the mountain, hoping for a nice clearing where I can view the sunrise. So I better get to it and let's see how we go. I've spent a lot more time walking around than I thought I would this morning, but finally, just as the sun is about to rise, I found this great viewpoint overlooking all of these hills and valleys leading out towards where the sun is going to come up. So I've just set up my main camera on the tripod with a telephoto lens, and I've zoomed in on all of those hills and valleys, and it's creating all of these different layers which are separated by the little bit of haze and mist that we've got there. There actually is a little bit of fog way off in the distance, and if I was photographing this with a wide angle lens you would barely see it, but instead I've zoomed all the way into 400mm and it's filling the frame nicely. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that little bit of fog in the center of the frame way out there on the horizon. You can only just make it out with the wide angle lens, but if I go down to the camera here, this is what we can see at 400mm, and there's a little bit of color in the sky not long ago. So it is really useful to have a telephoto lens in your kit if you're doing landscape photography, especially for mornings like today where things weren't quite going to plan. If I was using the wide angle lens, I wouldn't be able to get a shot. The clouds that were going to light up before have all blown off to the side behind me here, and looking out towards where the sunrise is going to be, I've got a clear horizon. So basically it's going to be harsh light, no nice color or anything like that, and I would be going home with nothing. But thanks to the telephoto lens, I've managed to save the day, and I might also just get the drone out now and fly it out over the valley, looking back towards the hill that I'm on, because I think in a minute the sun should be up above the horizon and we'll get some nice light on the hillside. I've been shooting for well over an hour now, and even though the sun is well and truly up and all of that golden light is gone, I could honestly keep shooting for a while still because it just looks so good down in those valleys where there's kind of like beams of light coming between the hills. And there's a lot more fog around now than there was before as well. But the cold is getting to me now. It's about 7 degrees this morning, which is not too bad until you've been standing still for over an hour and then it starts to get to you. So I'm gonna pack my stuff up. I'm feeling pretty good about this morning's shoot, even though the start was very uncertain. I did get the drone up as well, but I was having a lot of signal issues and I didn't get too much from that. I was hoping to get some video footage. It wasn't working out. I might have a photo or two though. Right, so I'm gonna pack up and start heading back up the hill.